What's up, boss fam? It's your boy Done Beezy, and today I'm back here with another skate tutorial. If you didn't know, I've been skating for the last 21 years, and I've been quad skating for the last 15 years. Anyway, today I'm going to be giving you 7 tips that I wish I had when I started to dance on skates. If you just want to skate generally, maybe you want to skate the park, maybe you want to speed skate, these tips aren't going to completely apply to you. This is for my people who want to dance on skates. This is for my people who want to jam skate. Anyway, let's get into it. Today, I'm going to be maintenancing my skates. I've been putting it off for a little while, but I need to take my bearings out, clean my wheels, and I also need to rotate my wheels. So let's get into it. Don't look at me! Number 1, practice on beat. Practicing on beat is an essential part of dancing on your skates because you are dancing. You are moving to the beat. You are creating pictures on your skates while music is playing. If you're gonna be speed skating or if you're gonna be park skating or something else, it really won't matter as much. And even sometimes when you're artistic skating, I know that a lot of people in the contemporary camp and a lot of people in the more expressionist camp of dance, they don't believe in dancing on beat the same way that hip hoppers and jazz dancers believe in dancing on beat. However, if you're gonna be taking things from the culture specifically and practicing a lot of those moves like the downtown or the crazy leg, you cannot separate the beat from them. Let's think about the downtown for the second. The downtown is the move, you know, where everybody gets in the line and they do the whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop and everybody's going back and forth. If you downtown off the beat, you can't downtown with your friends. If you cannot dance in the same tempo and move at the same time as everybody, you become a liability in the ring. Everybody's downtown to the right and you're coming to the left. Boom! Finally, skating on beat is more effective than skating off beat. Practicing on beat is one of the steps to getting excellent, to getting nice. Because first, you get the move, you kind of know what it looks like. Secondly, you're able to really do the move consistently. You're not really falling out of it. You can do it most of the time. Third, your move starts to look. Okay, it starts to look like everybody's move. Maybe you can put a little bit of smang on it. Fourth, what you can do is you can make your move look and you can consistently do it on beat. Practicing to be able to do something on beat isn't just about dancing. It's also about being able to consistently rep it out and being precise with it. It's like when you're in the gym. You know, some people, they look. It takes more energy and control. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are a couple ways that you can take your bearings out. You can take your bearings out on your trucks. That's how I used to do it, but I noticed that I wasn't able to really do it on my vanillas. So I bought some Allen wrenches and I'm about to try now. Let's hope I can get it out. Get some oil on this thing. See if I can loosen it up a little bit. This brings me to tip number 2. Practice the small moves. Practice the basics. I practice them an hour a day. I do 15 minutes of the rolling basics. I do 15 minutes of my in-place basics. I do 15 minutes of my groundwork basics. And then I do 15 minutes of my Michael Jackson basics. I promise you, you will look better if you spend more time practicing small moves than if you spend all of your time practicing really big and fancy moves. And I know that from experience. People think that practicing safe means, oh man, I got a wrist guards, I got a helmet, I got I don't know, some knee pads. That's one part of safety. That'll get you started on safety, but that's not safety. There are two more parts of safety. The first part is the gear. You get the right gear to be as safe as possible. The second thing is you need the right practice mindset to be as safe as possible. There is nothing wrong with skating inside of your comfort zone. In fact, you should be skating inside of the boredom zone, because your ability to skate outside of your comfort zone is finite. You cannot do it for long periods of time because one, you're gonna get hurt. Two, you're just gonna be so anxious that you're gonna have to stop. First thing. But you can always practice the basics more. You can always get better at technique. Think about it. And the final part of practicing safe is seeking good counsel. You need to know what a good skater is. You need to know what a good skater isn't. You need to understand who's coming up to speak to you, when they're coming up to speak to you, and why they're coming up to speak to you, and really understand how good their advice is or how bad their advice is. And that advice might be slow down and practice the basics. Man, these bearings are not playing with me. Like, it's just like, why are these so hard to get out? Like, take the time to oil them up. You know what I mean? Make sure my stuff isn't rusting. Make sure I can take care of them, because I can't go back to the United States and just get more. I just can't buy another pair of skates. So I like to take care of the skates that I have. Tip number 4, warm up off of your skates. Before I get on my skates, I always warm up off my skates, because I believe that there's a time and a place to practice your tricks. I do believe in all of that, but I also understand that my skates are not my feet. You have more mobility on your feet, you have more flexibility and balance on your feet. You can't stretch on your skates. You can't stretch on your skates. You can't stretch on your skates. If you warm up on your skates, your body is not completely warm, because you don't have the same range of motion. That's why I always like to take about 15 minutes to warm up off of my skates and then put my skates on. So I've covered this topic a couple different times, and the way that you warm up off of your skates will change depending on what you're trying to do. For example, if I was going to jam skate, my warm up is going to look different than if I'm going to go roller derby, because roller derby is a different sport and you're going to be doing different things with your body. There are some similarities, but each and every warm-up has its own place to get specific. Well, if you want to learn how to dance on skates in order to warm up before you dance on your skates, I want you to check out this video right here. This is my general dance on skates warm-up. If I do my warm-up off my skates for about 10 to 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes only, because you know I still have to skate. The idea is to make my body stronger and to warm up and condition off of my skates and then put them on. So this isn't the meat and potatoes of the workout. After I finish warming up off my skates, I have another warm-up routine that I do on my skates to warm up my skate. First, I have to warm up my body, and then I have to warm up all of the muscles that go into skating. Well, if you want to warm up your skating, I want you to check out this video up here. And I have a couple more videos that I'm going to link on the channel about how I warm up on my skates. This is my general dance on skates warm up. If you're looking to jam skate and you're going to be doing more strenuous work, you're going to be doing a lot of ground work, you should probably follow this warm up and conditioning in this video here. This is my jam skate tutorial beginner guide. I promise you, you're gonna skate better and your body's gonna feel better in the morning. Tip number 5, have your why, understand your why. Ask yourself why you're skating. I believe your why is the most important question to really ask yourself. I love skating to death. I've had some amazing time skating, but to be very, very honest, skating can be very, very hard. Skating can be extremely grueling. I personally practice in Thailand alone. I don't have friends that skate. I don't have a rink that I go to. I can never skate indoors. If I move somewhere new, I have to find another place to skate. I have to dodge cars every single day. I bring my own music. So I skate in extremely harsh conditions for the love of the game. I skate because I have a bingo book of skaters.
When you've become so deadly, your profile is entered in my bingo book. Put this in your bingo book.
If we're gonna be doing something hard, or if we're gonna be trying super duper hard to do something, you're gonna need to have a reason. It has to be a good reason, or you're gonna be like, man, I don't feel like doing that today. I ain't gonna do that. But well, I got my bearings oiled, I got them off, and now I'm about to rotate my wheels. I like to change the location of them because I have different moves that I do. I have a very toe heavy style. So I like to move my toe wheels up to my heel wheels, and my heel wheels to my toe wheels, and vice versa. And I also like to switch the sides just to, you know, make sure they're wearing a little bit more evenly. Man, looks like it barely even fits back in here. Oh my God. Y'all see me, I'm struggling. And finally, tip number 7. Some exercises. Actually, yo, I'm gonna have to cut the camera off for a second. It's the first and last time I take these out. These might just be more precise than the bearings I'm used to or something. So boom, I actually stopped the recording for this a couple weeks ago, and I walked away from making skate videos because I actually did break my skates. I forced the bearing out with the Allen wrench, and I scratched the inside of my hub. The backspins have a metal hub. Metal hubs are less giving than wheels like this that have like plastic hubs or rubber hubs. So I can use my axle to take the bearings out of these, but when I try the same thing with the backspins, it doesn't have that small amount of give that allows me to do it. So if you have a metal hub, or even if you just have the money and you can afford it, just get the bearing machine. It's not worth it. You saw me struggle with it. Like you saw me break my skates with it, and you also saw me struggle with it. Regardless, it's a little bit difficult to do that. And that kind of brings me to point number 7. Fixing your skates is hard. You gotta do research. You can break your stuff. If you don't have the right equipment, everything is going to go left. This is a minor example, and I was able to actually fix them. I was able to get my bearings back on. What I ended up doing is I took a Brillo pad and I scraped the inside of the wheel, and I scraped it just so it was large enough to slide the bearing back in. I focused on the little part that had an indent, and I smoothed that part out, and then I slid the bearings back in. It took me about 2 hours to get both of the wheels like that, but honestly, it's not worth the stress. It's not worth the stress. I learned from my mistake. You watch me. You watch me make a mistake with my gear, and that's how easy it is. I've been skating for 21 years, and you watch me make a mistake with my gear. So make sure you're doing your research, getting all the parts that you need, and if you need to, just pay somebody to do it. The way that your skates are made affects the way that you can skate. So if you like a certain type of skating, or it makes sense for you, it only makes sense that you study the type of skates that skater uses. Let's take a look at some styles of skating. Y'all remember earlier when I was talking about my bingo book, or the bingo book in general?
When you've become so deadly, your profile is entered in my bingo book.
I'm gonna give you a couple pages out of my bingo book. Some different skaters that I really, really like, and a couple different styles of skating. The flow skater to look at right now in 2020 is Priscilla, my homegirl Priscilla. I met her out in China. She's been skating Moxie skates for a while. She's been doing the thing for a while. She's really, really serious about it. She has the moves. She has the look. She has her nose to the ground. She's bilingual. She speaks Spanish and English. She's also teaching classes out in Mexico as well, so look her up. The park skater to take a look at. Roller Skate Travis is done nice. Roller Skate Travis, he be jumping over, he be doing the X Games stuff. He really on X Games mode. Real life, 100% X Games mode. Rhythm skating, shout out. The thing with rhythm skating is when people talk about rhythm skating as this one style of skating. Rhythm skating is deeper than that tab that it gets on all of the websites. I'd have to talk about my favorite person from every single major reason and in every major style. So I'm gonna do that a little bit later, but for today, for the bingo book, I'm gonna have to shout out the rhythm skating community down at Cascade. There's a lot of different skaters and a lot of the best skaters, some of the most popular skaters right now are coming out of Cascade. And when they come out of Cascade, it's not because they got pretty dresses or they got pretty bell-bottom pants or they got a nice 70s theme on their page and their progression is so relatable. No, if they're coming out of Cascade, you can roll. I'm not saying everybody else don't roll, but you ain't gotta roll these days. But to make it at Cascade, just to reiterate, you gotta be able to roll. And they rolling around there. Jam skating has changed a lot. Now jam skating is the new Nintendo. If you remember back in the 80s and the early 90s when Nintendo and the whole gaming wars started coming out, anytime like your auntie or your mom or your grandma would see you playing any game, she'd come in there and be like, y'all gotta stop playing that Nintendo! You can't play Nintendo all day! But you and your friends knew like, this is a Nintendo, it's a Sega. Well, jam skating is the new Nintendo. If you hit away when you skate, you jam skating. But, this is for the actual jam skaters. If you want to check out a jam skating page, see a lot of jam skating, and really understand a lot more about the jam skating game, I'm gonna have to say check out Smitty on Skates. Smitty on Skates, he works with Cypher Wheels, he works with Heartbreak, one of the only major jam skate competitions in existence right now. One of the only skating competitions still in existence because, we love skating, but there isn't a deep competitive scene. History, jobs, years in the game, slept on. Y'all want to talk about people sleeping on people in the skate game? People sleeping on Smitty, guys. Comatose. That's not everybody in Dumb BZ's bingo book. That's enough of Dumb BZ's bingo book to get you started. I want you to look up these names if you're kind of interested in this style. If I didn't say a person in a certain style, if you tell me some information, I can comment that down below. But yeah, just one skater in a lot of different styles that you can look up and learn a little bit from. Well, that's all I got for everybody today. If you like the video, please like, please subscribe, please support. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how you felt about it. Let me know if you want me to talk about something else next. Anyway, Largorn, boss fam. For everybody that don't speak Thai, that means bye-bye.